New developments tonight on the all-out effort in Tulsa to try to keep Tulsa public schools accredited. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Shay Rozzi. Sarah has the night off. Now, we first told you at 5, Mayor G.T. Bynum held a special meeting today with a handful of state and local education leaders. TPS's biggest critic, State Superintendent Ryan Walters, was in the meeting as well. Fox 23's Alex Cash is live with what she learned from a Tulsa school board member in that meeting.
Well, the letter today supporting TPS comes after a meeting that the Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum held earlier on today. One of the people in that meeting was the Vice President of the TPS board here, John Croisant. He told me it was a good meeting and that it opened a line of communication between the board here and the state. And he says all sides want to make sure that any deficiencies in accreditation are taken care of.
This is the letter that the Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum says he sent to the State Board of Education. It talks about the potential state takeover of the locally elected TPS board or the state-mandated replacement of the TPS Superintendent, Dr. Deborah Gist. The letter says, quote, "The City of Tulsa does not seek this, nor do we want it, and we do not need it." And it calls it an extreme action. The mayor says he's mindful about how closely the education of children is tied to the future of the City of Tulsa. Earlier this month, Mayor Bynum told us he wants the best for kids.
And ultimately, the only thing I care about in all of this is that kids in Tulsa are getting the best education possible. And if we can find common ground between local and state leadership and move forward that makes that possible, I think that's a win for everybody involved.
The mayor also says he hosted a meeting Friday between 2 TPS board members, the state superintendent and a state board of education member. The vice president of the Tulsa Public School Board, John Croisant, was at the meeting.
Even Superintendent Walters says he doesn't want to take over Tulsa Public Schools, and I think that's a good indication. That said, you know, listening to our local citizens, our parents, our families, our businesses, our community leaders, I think that's important.
Croisant says it was a face-to-face meeting at Tulsa City Hall.
We were able to open a line of communication and be able to find out that we have a lot of the same goals, a lot of the things that the superintendent of schools for the state of Oklahoma wants are the same things that TPS school board and that TPS parents want. My takeaway is that I feel that Tulsa Public Schools has a great vision, and it's very similar to the same vision that Ryan Walters has for Tulsa Public Schools in the state of Oklahoma. How we get there, I think, needs to be a Tulsa Public Schools decision by our elected board, because we know Tulsa best. We know our students best.
Croisant says the school board and the district is working really hard and doing everything that they can to meet the accreditation.
And Alex, in his letter, Mayor Bynum listed the 2 areas where Ryan Walters listed specific improvement.
That's right. The mayor mentioned Walters' call for financial reporting in line with other districts in the state and also a more aggressive improvement plan. Croisant says they've looked at other school districts and haven't found any differences between their reporting and TPS's. He also says they have an improvement plan in place and they want to improve on their reading proficiency and get schools off the failing list. The State Board of Education is set to meet this coming Thursday and decide whether the district's accreditation is given or not. Covering news that matters, I'm Alex Cash, Fox 23 News.